Hey y'all, this is your girl Cutie Cam, and welcome to the Cutie Cam Vlog. I hope y'all are having a wonderful evening. Today, as you can see, we'll be doing some TikTok conspiracy theorists reaction. Okay, so when I'm doing this is an open mind thing. So without further ado, we're gonna get started with this. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And let us get started. Okay.
Y'all, I am freaking out right now. There's a lot of unexplained things going on in the ocean right now. Hold on real quick. I do not trust them. Just watch this real quick for me.
You get to Mars by going through the ocean. You can't get to the bottom of the ocean because outer space is the ocean.
Now, what she just said just blew my mind. Now, there's a situation called the firmament. So we know that water is all around us. And it is said that this dome divided the sea into upper and lower sections. You can't cancel this out because they still haven't discovered 80% of the sea. Early civilizations believed that the ocean and the stars above were linked. I mean, just look. Mayan, Norse, Hindu, Hebrew, all of them. Now, we already know what spacesuits look like, but they look exactly like sea suits. I know once in your life you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. Planes and people going missing in the ocean. There are black holes in the ocean. And I just know once in your life you've heard about sea monsters. When you see a comet, it looks like a boat soaring through water. What if these unexplained species in the ocean are actually aliens? If y'all have ever watched this movie Underwater, they went too deep and found the creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth.
Wow.
Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now, you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. It's just ironic that when they return to Earth, they're on water. I mean, I know I'm not tripping. And I know y'all heard of mermaids. So many unexplained things in the ocean. They're making more discoveries in space. Not really putting too much money or caring about what's going on the planet. Why? Because this sea stuff might have a lot of connections to space. And they not telling us. Y'all be safe, and I know I'm not the only person who feel this way.
Wow, okay, so I know this is just the beginning of this video. That's really something to think about because when I was little, I always thought that there was other beings, not just only us, you know what I'm saying? You might think like it might be other beings that got like an extra finger or just different features and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just had that feeling when I was a kid, like, we're not the only ones that exist. It's other things out there that does exist. So, but that is really something to think about and to let that sink in. So, but let us continue with this. That was interesting. Hmm. Very interesting.
Okay, so this is gonna sound a little crazy, but I'm 99.9% sure that all of our food is fake. My husband and I have this old coffee table that we keep up in our shed. We put tools on it and stuff like that. I went up there today to look for a power drill, and I opened one of the drawers and I saw this little container of croissants from Walmart. And before you ask, I don't know how the hell they got in there. I don't remember if I put them in there or my husband put them in there, but either way, they've been in there for a long time, and the expiration date was October of 2022.
Ooh.
There was 2 croissants left in there, and I shit you not, there was no mold on them whatsoever. They looked like they were just freshly baked. Out of curiosity, I put on rubber gloves and I picked up one of the croissants, and it was still soft. Like I said, it was like it was freshly baked, no mold, still soft and everything. And again, they expired in October of 2022. So what the fuck are they putting in our food to preserve it like that, to make it seem like it's still fresh? And are they doing this and just selling expired food at the store? Like, I'm convinced that people are getting sick and unhealthy for this reason. I think that our food is fucking fake. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. There's no explanation as to how croissants that were expired almost an entire year ago still feel soft, they're not moldy, and they still feel like they're freshly baked. This is some type of Bill Gates big pharma type of bullshit, because there is no way, you cannot convince me that it's possible for food that has been expired for almost an entire year to not have any mold, no smell, and still feel like it's freshly baked. Absolutely fucking not. Walmart has some fucking explaining to do, because that shit's just not normal. What other foods are they doing this with? Yeah, I'm convinced that we're all eating fake food. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. There's just no explanation to what just happened. All right, my fellow patriots, stay vigilant and have a blessed day.
You know what? Now that's crazy because that kind of reminds me when I was staying at my mom's house. She had some bread, and my mom, she's the type of person, like, if anything just expire or anything like that, she'll throw that shit away immediately, you know. But it was just crazy because like I was about to make me a sandwich, and then I looked at the expiration date, and I'm like, okay, my mom must have didn't, get a hold to the bread, because normally when she sees it, she'll throw it away. So she didn't get a chance to look at the expiration date. So, me young, I'm saying, I'm making me a sandwich and stuff like that. The bread was soft and everything like that. And with me, I make sure, I don't see no mold, no nothing on the bread. And then like when I looked at the bread, I'm saying, it looked perfectly normal. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm thinking maybe they probably messed up the expiration date or something like that, but it's like just me looking at what she just said and just listening to what she just said. They probably been doing this for so many years. This ain't nothing new. So they probably been doing this shit. And it's just by her mentioning that about the croissants and how it was old and stuff like that, but there was no changes to it. That really like gave me a flashback when I was a kid and trying to make and when I made my sandwich. That's wild. That's wild. Wow.
Oh, India successfully launches its first mission to the sun. That is a bunch of nonsense. The sun is not a big ball of gas and fire. It's not 96 million miles away. All these pictures you've seen are CGI. The sun is actually just a perfect light that God has created. This is what the sun actually looks like through a solar lens. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, that's the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. The firmament is the molten glass dome that God placed over the earth. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass. And its resemblance is something like this, with the sun, moon, and stars in our atmosphere. And you're probably wondering, how does the sun rise and set? The sun and the moon sit above the earth and they move in a circular motion around like this, 24 hours a day. Look what it says here. Hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. And then look, this is talking about the sun. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. His circuit unto the ends of it. Look, his circuit, his circle is unto the ends of it, and nothing in the earth is hid from the heat thereof. Just like it says in the word. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. So the sun goes back to the same place that it arose in. Because it's moving in a circuit. It's going to end back up in the same exact place. You're asking, why does it look like it goes up and down? This is due to the law of perspective. Notice how the windmill that's the closest to the photographer is the highest and tallest. The further they get away, the smaller and shorter they appear in the sky. And then they finally disappear. It's the same thing that's going to happen when you see a plane very far away. It's first going to look really low to the ground. And then the closer it gets over you, it's going to look really high up and far over your head.
Yep.
If y'all want more videos like this, drop a like, a comment, and don't forget to follow. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
If giants aren't real, who built this and why?
Oh, wow. That's massive. Wow. 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 Okay. You know what? I be seeing those chemtrails all my life. And it's just crazy how they just mess with the air and a lot of things. And it's ridiculous. That's why it's so important for us to come together when things get like this and all this stuff is revealing itself. This is the time for us to come together because It's a lot of shit is being exposed. A whole lot. And it's up to you if you want to come together and, and man, change the world, because like I said, it's too many wickedness stuff happening right now. And it's just crazy. Not too many people is open minded. You got some that just closed minded, don't wanna listen, just rather just stay in the clouds. Don't even don't even want to know anything. And it's sad. And it's sad that some people are like that, but I'm not gonna get off into it, but we're gonna continue. Let me fix this. That's creepy.
Conspiracy Theories, Part 2. The Bohemian Grove Club. The Bohemian Grove Club is a place located in the woods of California. It is a club filled with the world's most powerful people and the world's wealthiest. It has around 2,600 members. I'm talking politicians, actors, artists, presidents, writers, mostly anyone with a big name that possesses a lot of power. And there's still a huge waiting list of powerful people waiting to join. Each year they meet up to discuss what's gonna happen next in the world. JP Morgan was a part of this club, Clint Eastwood, and even Ronald Reagan. It's more like a cult than a club. People like Albert Einstein and Robert Oppenheimer even discussed the Manhattan Project there, which led to the world's first atomic bomb, taking the lives of millions of people. When it goes down, they worship an ancient owl god statue, in which they give fake sacrifices to. Yeah, they make a human shape out of sticks and twigs and put it in the fire.
Hail, fellowship's eternal flame! Once again, midsummer sets us free!
My only question is, what other huge world events are being discussed and planned as we
I think
See, and that all goes back to what I said when I did those reactions to the My 600 Pound Life and stuff like that. All that shit that be in that food, I'm telling you, it's like I just don't understand why these companies do this. I mean, I know they probably do it for the money. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a living, but still, you harming people, putting just bullshit in the food. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Let me tell you something. God gave us natural resources on this planet so we can use. And it's like, instead of using the natural resources, using chemicals like BHT and I think another one THQ or some other concoction ass shit they put in the food. You know what I'm saying? And then you wonder why people suffer with heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, and stuff like that. And it's just all for the money, all for the money, and it's a damn shame. It's really a damn shame. And then it's getting to the point where, you know, when you're trying to eat better, you got to worry about they putting some in the fruits, putting some in the vegetables, injecting stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, then when you're trying to plant something, they fucking up the soil. So it's like it's a lot of bullshit going on. And the only way for us to the only way for all this shit to stop, we have to come together, because it's just they're gonna continue doing this until something happens. They're gonna continue to do this because they know that we're not gonna do nothing. They know this. We not gonna do nothing. That's why they're gonna keep doing this, and they're gonna keep allowing it. But all of that food that I just saw, I used to eat that shit when I was a kid. Didn't know no better, you know. And we all make mistakes when we eat a lot of junk food that's not good for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we at this age of time where a lot of information is start to reveal itself. Everything will start to come out. And the most important thing, we have to take heed of it. We got to research it, find more information about this, because like I said, everything is being revealed, and it's up to you. Either you go do the right thing or stay sleeping. Period.
A decade now have been actually making fake lettuce, fake eggs.
Wow.
What I thought was even more weird. Apparently, they glue meat together. You know, when you buy a steak, you think it's a solid steak, but some of the cheap steaks are actually just a bunch of different end pieces, and they have this weird glue, and they glue ends together, and they apparently do it with chicken too. I think that's why it says on a lot of chicken packages of cheap chicken, this is 15% rib meat.
See that? Don't breathe that in.
Otherwise known as meat glue.
Stay over the top like that. We mix it up.
Then roll it and refrigerate. Ours uncooked, but cooked is another story. And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken.
Looks like one piece of chicken. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Yep. But hard to tell, isn't it?
On the grill, it's even harder to pick.
So that's the real McCoy. Nice and tender. Let's go for the meat glue.
Oh my God.
I can't tell the difference.
And chances are you're eating it on a regular basis.
We know that white sugar is a toxin, right?
Yep.
But yet, when you go to the hospital, what do they give you? White sugar. They even give you high fructose corn syrup. You ever go to the hospital, you see go meet somebody at the hospital, and they got these little containers of juice. They're like apple juice, orange juice. Like, that stuff's some concentrate. That's not real, right? Like, if you were going to give somebody fresh squeezed orange juice, that's vastly different from this little cup. So I'm saying this is someone who's legitimately sick, and you're going to give them more poison. Here's another thing. If you want to boost your immune system in the short term, you fast. When you go to the hospital, they do. They feed you 3 times a day. When really to jumpstart the immune system, you fast. This is basic science.
He telling the truth about that one. Yep.
And to buy Marvel, the comic business, back in 2001 or 2, I think it was. Let's listen to this.
We could easily go into Universal and buy. We would own Jaws, E.T., Close Encounters, all the classics from Universal. Own all of that stuff that would allow us to do a channel. Part of the Marvel channel can be not only the Marvel characters, but Marvel films, like the catalog. We could do anything we want, from restaurants to retail, theme parks.
Now, you actually got the financing in place, I believe, for this deal. Then came the scandal court cases, and it all got put on the back burner. Disney ended up buying Marvel and doing exactly what Michael had predicted and making a fortune at it. Tell me about it.
Here are some health foods that we eat that are banned in other countries. 1. American chicken is banned by the European Union because it's washed in chlorine. 2. 2. American ground beef is banned by the European Union because of a chemical called pink slime that uses ammonia gas for antimicrobial properties, and it's dangerous to consume and destroys your gut. 3. Pork is banned due to a chemical called ractopamine in the animal feed that increases weight before the animal goes to market, linked to major health issues, and that chemical is actually banned in over 160 countries except the States. 4. Salmon is banned because of chemicals in the feed like methylmercury, dioxins, and antibiotics. 5. Milk is banned due to a synthetic growth hormone called ERG, made by Monsanto, that increases cancer risk in humans. If they really care about your health, why do they approve food additives that make you...
We have all been programmed to believe that Antarctica is a continent located at the bottom part of the Earth. But the Word of God tells us that it's actually an ice wall that surrounds the entire Earth and keeps the water in. And I'll prove it to you right now. First off, it is literally called the Antarctic Circle. And they didn't just do that for no reason. The United Nations logo is literally the flat Earth map with Antarctica missing at the bottom. Because they know the truth, it goes around. Not to mention, it's also the map that all pilots use, with Antarctica going around. Now, where does the Word of God tie into all this? Well, if we look in the book of Proverbs, when he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth is the ocean. The biblical usage of compass is a circle. Look what it says here, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment. God set a circular boundary on the ocean to keep the waters from passing his commandment. Like I mentioned, this is the map that all pilots use. Just look at these photos of Antarctica.
Wow.
It's a perfect ice wall. God's creation is beautiful. Like I told you, this is the map that all pilots use. Which is why they come out and say things like this all the time.
Pilot, hi. How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or not?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat?
God's word is true, it is accurate, and it's alive. The Bible says, let God be true, but every man a liar. Stop trusting what the world tells you, and put your faith in the word. God bless you guys. Don't forget to like and follow, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Hey, Mr. S, I didn't know you budgied. I want to live. No, you're too heavy. It's a glandular problem. Orlac, Chud, mole people.
There is no escape.
Why is that jet flying so close to our house? At last, those planes are flying where they belong.
That's right. Over the homes of poor people.
Top secret CIA Weather Control Division, Dick speaking.
I need pizza store!
Oh, it's you, Stan. What kind of favor?
Chemtrails.
But I'm terrified of these people. They can control the weather.
President of the United States.
That just show you we got some evil motherfuckers on this planet. That's all I gotta say. It's just too much evilness going on. Too much evil stuff going on, I'm telling you.
Is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over. That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you... For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with us in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world.
So the astronauts haven't even made it back from the moon with the footage yet, but we already have a picture of Earth from the moon on the wall at the White House. Y'all be believing anything.
And wait a minute. You could clearly see the fucking shadows. Like if you pay a good look at it, you can see they reflection. That's crazy.
Did Prince really just say this? When I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so that's cool. A jet just went over, and then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Now, come on, man. This is just from heavy air traffic, you know. There has to be some sort of airport nearby. These streaks in the sky are caused by the water vapor in the airplane's engine, and the low temperature causes ice crystals. It's not like they could just turn it off or... Okay, I don't know what that was about, but this is testing the weight limits of the planes, right, for passengers. And no, those aren't hoses hooking up to anything. Yeah, they're just testing the planes, guys. Now that's how they do their little writing in the sky, you know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy conspiracy.
Did you know that you are the only living person on Earth right now, and everyone else is just a product of your imagination? Listen carefully, you'll be shocked. There's a theory where you are actually the only living person right now, the only consciousness that truly exists. It's called the egg theory. Your family, your friends, the strangers you pass on the street, all of them exist because your mind doesn't want to feel alone. But here's the eerie part of this theory. Since you are the sole true consciousness, you will live every possible life that has ever existed and will ever exist. You will be reincarnated and born billions and billions of times until you have lived every individual's life. And then you can hatch this egg and become a god. The entire universe was created as an egg for the main character, which is you. And once you have lived every human life ever, you will be born as a god. Every time you hurt someone, you are hurting yourself. It may sound horrific, but you wouldn't know if you've already lived billions of lives. You've probably already lived over 1 billion, and you just don't remember. You probably lived your mother's life, your cousins, the stranger across the street. In reality, you are me and I am you. So every single person you know and will ever know was you.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you if you don't leave me alone.
Why he running
so why
like
don't you
that?
just put the into the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cybro, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Wow. You're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator at NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get I'm heading out.
Well, I take your stuff and get out. Why don't you quote me and say it's
in the shadows in Iran? I don't give a damn about all that.
Of lunar orbit being falsified.
Being falsified?
Correct. We got an unedited tape from a source at the Johnson Space Center.
Totally nonsense.
I mean, they not to keep cutting this out, but I mean they getting violent. Like just getting violent, you know. I mean, is people asking just a simple question about the, you know, to see have they walked on the moon, and they getting violent. That's crazy. That just tell you right there it's some bullshit. I'm sorry, but it's bullshit. I never believed it. To be honest with you, I never believed about that walking on the moon shit. Never believed it. Cause they never did. It's crazy.
They always use shows to tell us.
You found a cure for cancer? Well, I didn't come up with it. A couple of eggheads I hired did. How long have you had this? I don't know. When was that Who Let the Dogs Out song? You've had this since 1999? Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
Right.
I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
Wow.
But that's insane.
Just fucking
Carter,
evil,
what
man.
you're doing here is criminal, and I'm going to tell the whole world about it. Is that right? Who's going to believe you? The internet? You'll be just another nutjob left-wing blogger. Security!
It obviously makes sense though, right? They get paid for us being sick, not healthy. It's funny though, because do we ever hear of A-list celebrities getting cancer or terminally ill? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but watch.
Being a famous movie star entitled me to top-notch medical care not available to the rest of society. My body was immediately taken to a Hollywood hospital where I was hooked up to a 17-year-old ingenue. And in accordance with Hollywood law, her life force was infused into me, bringing me back from the dead.
I know, it's just a joke. There's obviously no cure for cancer. And these stars don't get any type of special treatment, right?
Wow, that's fucking mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Wow, mind-blowing. Well, you know what? I hope y'all enjoy this TikTok conspiracy theory reaction. My thoughts on it. All I have to say to y'all is please do research. You know, do research, study. You know what I'm saying? Know what's really going on instead of, you know, worrying about these celebrities and all this and that and the other, and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, these celebrities is making money off of us. And we allowing it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all this stuff going on with the food, with the chemtrails, with all of this fucked up shit that's going on. It's us against these evil ass. It's like it just I don't even want to call them human because that's just straight up like humane shit, like straight up. You know, it's fucked up. You know, so it's like that's why I always want all of us to come together as one because I feel like that's the biggest thing to do because if it's all of us against them, who you think gonna win? Us, we gonna fucking win. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all really enjoy this conspiracy theories reaction. I will be doing more of this because this really got my attention and there's more things and more information I would like to share to you all. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean we need as much information as we can get. You know, because too much stuff is going on. It's just way too much negativity going on. But other than that, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that way you'll miss out on any videos like this. But other than that, you guys stay blessed and safe, and I'll see y'all next time, okay?